And we are live. Let's go!
Hey guys, welcome to the No BS podcast where we talk about anything and everything and sometimes nothing at all. My name is Brad Alba.
My name is Sane.
What did you want to talk about today first?
Let's first talk about how we're doing, you know? Like how was your day, bro? How you told me that you were productive today.
Day was good. I woke up at what time did I wake up? I woke up at I think I woke up at 6 o'clock. I went straight to the gym.
Nice.
I was in the gym for 50 minutes.
Nice.
Little back, little biceps today.
Yes, sir.
And it's cool because there's haven't been really consistent in the gym since before pandemic really. So it's
Same,
that's definitely
bro.
a goal. That's a goal of mine for this year for sure.
Same. Bro, I wish I could get back in the gym, but the gym that I used to work at, because I used to work at a gym. I was a personal trainer. Bro, I remember the last time we had a convo, you were like, yeah, I was in 2019, I was in the best shape of my life. Bro, in 2019, I was also in the best shape of my life. I definitely want to get back into the gym. I was able to do some push-ups this morning.
Dude, there's more than enough things that you can do just at home and still build muscle.
Hell yeah. I've been getting back into jumping rope. I'll jump rope for 20, 30 minutes straight, which is really good because it's apparently the equivalent to running. I think jumping rope for 10 minutes is the equivalent to running a mile.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine.
I might be wrong, but that's what
I can
I've
only
heard.
imagine how many calories you can burn.
Bro, so much.
Doing that
so
shit.
much. So much. So it's pretty dope.
I definitely have to incorporate a little bit more cardio into my shit, though. I'm not gonna front.
That's what I've realized.
But I got
bro.
the stairs. I live on the 6th floor. Six flights every day.
Just run up and down 2 times and you're good. You're good, bro.
But yeah, I mean, no. The goal for me right now is just to put back on muscle. So
yeah,
not that cardio is not important. But
yeah, but definitely more weight training and everything like that.
For sure.
My day was pretty solid. I had a show last night, so I usually wake up around 6 as well, 5, 6. But today, my body was like, "Hey, bro, you got home at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Sleep, bro. Get some rest in." So I didn't wake up until 8, and then
that's fine.
I had to go move my car and shit because my family was going to church because it's Sunday. But yeah, I had a good little morning. Did my push-ups. I wasn't able to really do my jump rope because it was drizzling this morning over on my side in Long Island and everything. But I was still able to do my push-ups, my crunches, and everything. So it was cool. It was cool.
As long as you're making that effort, man, it's a little bit every day. And then to what you were talking about your body telling you. Sometimes you just gotta listen to your body, man. Because it's we be pushing it sometimes.
Too much sometimes. Too much. But that's the life of artistry. I was gonna say take small pulls or take a little bit lighter pulls.
It's got the fronto.
Yeah, it's beating a little bit. Fronto's beating a little bit.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either. But here's the part where we talk about everything, nothing, and something, and a lot and nothing at the same time. Let's talk about some Marvel shit, bro.
Oh yeah, so if you're viewing this at home, we are super nerds,
super nerds,
into
bro.
the comic books, into anime.
I was actually about to rock my Dragon Ball Z shirt today. I should have, but I was like, it got this little stain on it. I gotta do laundry again, so I was like, fuck that.
But yeah, if you're watching at home, more likely than not, we'll be talking about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, we'll be talking about a bunch of other shit too. So,
but before we even get into that, let's tell a little bit about ourselves.
Sure.
Since this is our first episode,
first podcast.
First podcast. We starting fresh this year.
2022, baby.
2022. We doing it big, music, videos, podcasts, everything. We doing everything this year. So yeah, you start.
Okay. Well, yeah. My name's Brad Alba. I'm Queens native, born and raised. Singer, songwriter, producer.
He be rapping too.
Mix engineer. Yeah, shit. I don't know, I'm Filipino.
Yeah.
Shit.
So we gonna talk about a little bit about the Filipino because I've come into finding one of my favorite places to eat recently, and that's Jollibee. Jollibee, that's Filipino, right? Jollibee's Filipino.
It's a fast food chain from the Philippines.
Yeah, bro, Jollibee's. If y'all don't know about Jollibee's, y'all need to find out about Jollibee's because they like Popeyes. You don't stand a chance at all. Crown. You know, if you from the hood, Crown Fried, you don't stand a chance because Jollibee has the juiciest chicken ever, and they give you gravy.
It's definitely top tier for sure.
Top tier fried chicken.
But you know, sometimes I like me some Crown chicken sometimes too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you know, you gotta go to Crown at night. It's weird because they have the best wings at night.
It's true, and when
It's
you're drunk.
weird, and when you're drunk,
And when
bro.
you're drunk.
If you're intoxicated, Crown do
Or have the munchies.
You feel me? I was just about to say munchies. If you drunk or whatever, Crown definitely have some of the best chicken. About me, my name is Sane. My full artist name is Superlative Sane. I'm an artist just like Brad. I'm a singer, rapper, songwriter. I'm also like a photographer, videographer. I do a bunch of like other creative shit.
You're not like a photographer, bro. You are.
Yeah, okay. I am a photographer. Yeah, I guess I need to get that into my brand. I really should start like bigging up myself a little bit more. Like I've been doing photography for about 11 years of my life. I've been doing videography, cinematography for about 5-6 years of my life. Music I've also been doing for about 11 years.
When did you start making music?
I started making music, like recording my own music. I started doing that in like...
Or even just taking an interest?
See, I've always been a singer. Like, I used to sing with my mom, because my mom is a singer. My older sister's a singer. My grandmother be trying to sing. But I used to sing a lot with them. But I really got into creating my own music. In like 2010, I graduated high school, and then I went straight into college, and I met one of my closest friends who got me into music, who actually got me into rap, because I wasn't rapping at all at that time. And he got me into rap, and we was just in the cafeteria in City Tech. Quick side note, me and Brad both went to City Tech.
Around the same time,
but didn't know each other.
And we actually, like, so if for all our New York peeps out there that went to City Tech, if you, around that time, what was it, circa like 2012, like to like 13, 14, there was a group of kids that would sit in the cafeteria and they would play Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm on the P4.
Day.
They would just bring that shit.
And you would think that they would, like, because every time you'd go back to the cafeteria, you'd still see the people, but then there would be, like, new people.
You'd be wondering, like, yo, do these motherfuckers go to
Do you guys go to class?
Like, what?
But then I actually spoke to a couple of them, because I'm cool with a couple of them, even still. And they went to class, but the thing what they did, they would come to tech from, like, the morning, but have class at night.
They was spending the day there.
They would spend the day there. They're like, I don't want to be home. I'm just gonna do that.
Real quick, I'm just gonna turn this down because I think we're peaking a little bit here.
Okay.
It's the first podcast.
First podcast, man. So you know we testing things out. You know,
testing things out. It's gonna get better as we learn how to do this shit more.
Yeah.
We will have better camera angles.
Better camera angles. Better.
But
right now we're filming off of my Insta 360, so we're gonna see how that goes.
But yes, City Tech. So that's something that we had in common that we didn't know prior to meeting each other, and
again, because then we met each other again.
We met each other on social media.
On social media, I think I found out about you from Chaz and Jeremiah, and then like I saw your name like tagged in some of their stuff, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" And I followed you. I was like, "Yo, this guy is nice. Like he plays instruments and he sings and he has locks." Nah, I want you to know straight up, it was the locks that was like, I gotta be friends with this guy. I was like, I gotta be friends with this guy because he looks too cool.
I appreciate that, man.
No, for sure, bro. And then we just started linking, and we both have.
Well, it was so it was funny because like we had exchanged some messages like on Instagram or whatever, and we were like, "Yo, we gotta collab." This was already like maybe 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, just like life happens. You never, you know, like it's hard to plan things out, and never got around to it. And I think was it last year?
I think it was last
year.
Technically
now.
Now it was
Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah, Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. It was definitely like last year when me and my girl were just like in the city, cause like one of her favorite things to do is just to be in the city. For whatever reason.
Where's she from?
She's from Brooklyn originally. She lives in Queens right now. But she claimed Brooklyn.
Okay.
But she used to go to school. She went to school at FIT. She went to high school in I think she went to Brooklyn Tech, then she went to some high school in the city. No, I'm tripping. She went to fucking LaGuardia.
I'll be tight when she hears it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm kidding.
Oops, sorry. She went to LaGuardia, and then she went to FIT. So she was in the city all the time. Mm-hmm. So she was like, if you want to take me out on a date, just take me to the city, bro. Like, just take me to the city. We can just roam around. We can go eat. We can go do stuff. So we went to the Urban that you worked at. And we were standing online now. I was buying something. She was buying something. And then I was like, wait a minute.
Shout out Urban Soho.
I was like, wait a minute. I know you. Like, I think we follow each other on Instagram. Are you Brad Alba? You're like, oh shit.
No. I was ringing. I was helping ring you guys out.
Yeah.
And then I remembered the gold tips.
Oh, the gold tips on my locks.
And yes. I was like, yo, I know this dude. I was like, yo, you saying?
And I was like,
that was crazy.
Brad?
That was weird.
That was a really weird moment because it wasn't planned. It wasn't like, it was super organic. And from there, literally from like, we was already like, yeah, we're gonna work together. We're gonna collab. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. But then from there, it was like, oh no, like now we've met in person. Like, not even trying to.
And the vibe was already there.
Was there. So it was just like, fuck it, let's do it. But we both went to City Tech. I started making music in like 2010. Started recording my own music in like 2010 on freaking Audacity. For any of y'all who know about them old free mixing programs, Audacity.
You gotta work with what you got.
You gotta work with what you got. Then we moved up to Mixcraft. We did Mixcraft 3, then Mixcraft 5, then Mixcraft 8. And then I was like, you know what? My forte is not mixing and engineering. My forte is writing music. So I just started going to studios from there. So that's how long I've been making music.
Nice. I've been doing music my entire life. I come from a very musical family. My dad's side of the family, everybody plays an instrument. My dad plays guitar and bass.
That's so fire.
Yeah, he's a musician, so that's what he does, like, for work and shit. And so I've always been surrounded by music. I think I played my first show at the Queen's Theater in the Park when I was like 5 years old. I sang a Savage Garden song. I think that's the name of the group.
I think so, but that's fucking fire, bro. When you were 5?
When I was 5, I was very young. They were having a little like showcase, and I played with it, and I sang the song, and I just remember like getting that applause and then just girls complimenting me, oh, you're so cute, you're so talented. And I was just like...
You're just like, I love this.
And I was hooked.
You're like, I love this. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Right. So, like, yeah, performing has definitely always been a part of my life. And over the course of my adolescence, I picked up guitar, piano, bass. Drums was actually my first instrument. So I started playing drums at, like, maybe 7 or 8 years old. And like, I fell in love with the drums. Like, I always thought I was gonna be a drummer. Like, I just wanted to be in the backseat and just rock out.
Just lead that shit. My boy Aaron last night, bro. Like, I want you to meet my boy.
The dude that he was
playing drums for me, bro. Yo, I want you.
Nice,
bro. He. I gotta show you the whole thing.
I need to watch the set. I need to hear this.
Like because my girl got the other two fully recorded, but the first one she had to cut it in half. Because she was like, oh no, I'm starting to cough. Oh no, it's gonna mess up the video. No. So she stopped it. But bro, he fucking ripped last night, bro. Like, I gotta introduce.
Known him for?
I've known him since the pandemic. Okay. Which actually, I'll keep it a super buck. I don't think I've even known him that long, bro. Because the pandemic has been going on for what, like a year and change, 2 years now?
Yeah.
I met him last year, 2021, over the summer. One of my close friends, Sterling, she was like, "Yo, I'm working for this group called the Palindrome Arts Collective, and they're doing these shows where it's basically like it's like an open mic. You perform one song, live band, but we need good video coverage, like good video coverage. We had somebody before, they're not that great, and she knows how I shoot and everything. So she was like, they introduced me. That's like that's like a second family to me now. I love them. They love me. We have that mutual respect for each other for what we do. So they actually reached out to me and was like, "Hey, first of the year, do you want to perform?" And I'm like, "Sure." They were like, "Do you want a headline? Because we're only gonna have 4 performers." And I was like, "Oh shit, hell yeah, I would love to." And me and Aaron met through Sterling, and we just clicked. Then we found out we were both living in the vicinity to each other. Like I live on the border of Queens and Long Island with my family right now, and he lives like the I guess you call it a town. The town right next to me. So I'm like, bro, we both drive. Let's link up. Let's shoot the shit. Let's smoke one. And from there we just became mad cool.
Nice.
We became mad cool. But yeah, drums.
And yeah, I played in a bunch of bands growing up as a drummer. And I think like when I was I think I was going into high school, so I was like 14. That's when I was like, oh, I don't want to play drums anymore. I want to sing and I want to play guitar because I had always sang growing up. And yeah, played in a bunch of bands as a frontman / like guitar player. Then like in high school, I really started like listening to a lot of like rock music. Like classic rock, so like Led Zeppelin, Beatles, Aerosmith, Stones, all that stuff, and really learned how to play like lead guitar. So then I wanted to do like a John Mayer trio type thing for a little bit, where I was just playing like straight blues with just like a bass player, drums, and me on the guitar. The thing about bands, man, is like, and as much as like I love performing with bands, is it's hard to find people who are really as passionate and driven as you are, and who are willing to be as consistent as you are. So it's like, that never really panned out for me. I ended up deciding to do my own solo thing and learn how to produce myself. I think it was after I had discovered Tame Impala, that's when I was like, yo, like, this man does the whole shit himself. Like, Kevin Parker is a fucking genius. So I was like, let me give, this, like, production thing a try. This must have been, like, maybe 2013. I bought like a fucking Tascam 32-track recorder and like was introduced to production that way and yeah, so now brought me to where I'm at now. I'm like not only making music for myself, I'm making music for other people as well. I really enjoy just like helping artists kind of like bring their vision to life. It sometimes it's more fun for me than like making my own music. Yeah, that's how I feel about. Because then I can remove my own critique. Like, not that I'm not gonna like critique your shit, but it's like, I'm my own worst critic. So like I hold myself back sometimes with the way I like view like the way I'm doing things in regards to my music. Yeah. But like with like other people's stuff, I can kind of just really let that creativity fly, and it's great. That's how I feel about recording people's videos. Like, I started shooting my own videos, and then I started shooting videos for other people, and just me being able to help other people bring their song to life with a visual. It's one of the most rewarding things that I can say that I do. So I definitely get what you mean when like producing for other people. I definitely get that. And then you get to see like how stoked and happy they are after you deliver the final product, and it's just like, yo, there's like no other better feeling. There's no other better feeling, bro. It's just like, I helped you. That makes me feel good. But yeah, dude, hats off to you, because fucking visuals, I didn't even realize how important visuals are to music till like really recently, because it's like, we'd watch music videos and stuff like that growing up, but like I never really realized, especially in this day and age with like content creation, and, like where everything is visual. You need the visuals. There's people who are blowing up off of like TikTok, right? And they're just rapping
with a phone in front of them, but it's still the visual of being able to see that person rapping whatever they're saying.
It's just kind of an extension of your reach to your audience, because you know, not only are they getting to know you through the music now, but they're actually able to see you and connect with you on that level. It's almost like, you know, they're getting to know you in person, which is great. And then, like, even what we're doing right now, just podcasting and recording the conversations that we have, which is why we decided to make a podcast.
Yeah, because every time we come over here, we just have so much to talk about. We're like, yo, we should just do this. It would make sense.
Yeah. No, it's a cool way for us to, like, connect with you guys at home, and yeah, it's sick.
It's sick. I'm happy. I'm happy that we're finally doing this, because this is, I would say, this is like my third podcast that I'm like either hosting or co-hosting. Like, I had my own. It didn't pan out the way I wanted to. It didn't pan out the way I wanted to. And then I was a part of another podcast called NYC Echo, where we had like three or four seasons. One of our seasons ended up on Roku.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you even manage that?
We had a guy, because basically it wasn't my show. The showrunner, she had some connections with a guy who, like, did Roku stuff. And they worked out whatever deal they worked out. At the end of the day, me and my co-host, we were literally just that. We were just the co-host. Mm-hmm. Even though we were the face of the podcast, there was somebody behind the scenes running it, and then even behind her running it. So her mom was, like, sponsoring it. So they would book the studio space. We would go there. We provide our own microphones and everything, because my co-host, he has his own microphone set up, his own podcast microphone set up. So we'd bring our own microphones. They book the studio space for us to go to. For a while, we were going to WeWorks. WeWorks is not great. But we were going there. And it kind of just started taking a step back. I don't even fully know if it's fully done, because they never told us, like, hey, we're not doing any more NYC Echo. They just kind of said, hey, we just don't have the money for it right now. Obviously, due to whatever's going on with the pandemic, money's not coming in as much anymore. Unemployment stopped. So I get it. So this is like a super dope opportunity and a super dope blessing. Thank you for
Dude, thank you.
us.
I've been wanting to do a podcast for a minute, and it's just about finding, again, like the same thing with having a band, is finding people who are, like, just as committed, you know, as you to the project, because, like, consistency is key. So if we're gonna make this work, you know, it's got to be
it has to be somebody who wants to do it. It can't feel like a task.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I was hyped to come here and do this today, so, you know, it's dope.
For sure.
So yeah, let's
Spider-Man?
Yeah, let's talk about Spider-Man. Yo. Let's talk about Spider-Man. So, spoilers.
Spoiler warning. Yo, OD spoiler warning.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. If you haven't seen it yet, you're bugging.
Yo, I don't know what you're... Dude, it's already January 2nd.
It's already January. The movie came out December 17th, 2021. It's next year already, bro. It's January, 3rd at this point?
Is it?
Is it? No, January 2nd at this point. It's January 2nd at this point. Like, if you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing. So, spoiler warning. I feel like that was enough of a spoiler gap. So, cool.
That's so... It was more respectful than most of the spoiler warnings that I see. Because you spend mad time on that.
Like, literally, it's just like, spoiler warning. All right, that's it. Let's go into it.
Let me just say, first off, I'm glad I saw it early. I think I saw it, like, maybe 2 days after it came out.
Same.
Because at, like, fucking 2:50 in the morning. Because
you're a real one.
I had to.
You're a real one for that.
But...
2:50 in the morning?
Nah, I straight up, I got tight after seeing it because I was on YouTube, and, like, so, like, in YouTube you can there's community posts now.
Yeah.
Where, like, it's basically like Facebook almost, where you could just, like, post whatever and just status, you know, like, updates and shit like that. And somebody straight up just threw a picture up of fucking Toby, like, having his arm around Andrew Garfield, and I was just like, dude, like
why would you fucking do that?
I didn't even need to click it on anything to see that. I was just scrolling through the feed, and I just see his picture.
I'm not gonna hold you, because I'm the type of person, like, I like watching things about the movie that is like, all right, so these are our theories of what we think is gonna happen.
Hell yeah.
So
Especially when it comes to the MCU, because those videos are like, there's so many of them.
Exactly. So same thing with you, bro. Same thing that happened to you. I literally just went on YouTube to go to I go to the same YouTubers. Emergency Awesome, fucking Pagey, there's a couple of them. But I go to the same people. But like you said, that community shit, I don't even have to click it, bro. All I did was go on YouTube. Fuck. Toby and Andrew are in the movie. Damn. Okay.
Wait, so it got... Oh, no, it didn't get spoiled for you.
It got spoiled for me, bro. Before I even watched the movie, bro. Before I even watched the movie, bro. I was like, fuck. But I was like,
when did you watch it?
I watched it, same like you, like 2 days after it came out. So it came out on the 17th. That was like a Wednesday. Thursday.
I saw it that weekend.
Yeah, I saw it that like
Sunday. Actually,
I saw it the Saturday because I ended up having to go to Delaware, and in Delaware, ain't nobody really going to the movies.
Oh, that's where you watched it over there?
That's where I watched it. I had to go to Delaware to cause my in-laws, my sister's my girlfriend's sister had a performance at the in the Nutcracker. Big theater event. I was like, wow, this is pretty dope. But in Delaware, nobody was really going to the movie theaters. So it wasn't packed? It wasn't packed at all. Nice. So the tickets, on top of being cheaper than in New York,
of course, dude,
it was far less people in Delaware. So
maybe that's why the audience reaction wasn't what you thought it was, because you had mentioned that the other day.
Yeah, because when I went to watch it, the audience reaction to certain things happening in the movie, it was like, I would expect like a roar, like, oh my god, yeah. Toby, Andrew, what the it was just a woo.
Right.
That's it. And I was like, okay. But I went to watch it.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, bro. I was a little upset, but I was like, you know what? At least this confirmed what I already knew. But it's like, damn, I would have rather have seen it in the movie and then be like,
and shit. Really not have known.
Yeah, really not have known anything.
They'd been teasing that for like forever.
Yeah,
ever since Into the Spider-Verse came out.
Yeah, bro. And then even worse, these guys doing whole interviews like, yo, we're not in the movie.
We're not,
we're not in the movie.
Which I'm not even mad at.
I'm not even mad at. Yo,
Andrew Garfield,
I don't even think I think I might have told you when I was coming back from fucking Cali from the last tour that we did. Andrew Garfield was on our plane.
Oh shit!
Andrew Garfield was on our freaking plane. I didn't because I wanted to. I was walking and my boy was behind me, and I'm like, he was in like the first class section. He had some girl with him, and I was walking and I looked to the right and I'm like, oh shit. But I couldn't stop because there's like a long line of people behind me trying to get on the plane. And I'm like, oh shit.
Same flight?
Same flight.
Oh shit.
Same flight, bro.
Oh shit.
I was sitting back there. He was sitting up there. I was like, oh shit. So I'm walking and my boy is behind me. He hears me saying, oh shit. He's like, bro, what? Why you keep saying oh shit? I'm like, bro, do you know who we just
on the fucking plane, son? What you mean? Spider-Man's on the fucking plane.
I was like, bro, do you know who the fuck we just passed? He was like, no, who? I was like, bro, Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man's on this plane. He's like, bro, we gotta turn back. I was like, how? There's people behind us.
That's crazy.
And I was like, you never want to make it hot. You never want to make it hot.
Facts. At the end of the day, they're just people too.
Exactly. I was like, at the end of the day, they're just people.
But it's like, bro, you're Spider-Man.
I was like, you're Spider-Man, bro. You're Spider-Man, bro. Dude. But it's crazy because the next day, I saw the episode of, or like the clip on YouTube of him on some morning show in New York talking about Tick, Tick, Boom. Not talking anything about Spider-Man. They asked him about Spider-Man. He's like, I'm not in it. I mean, I'm happy to see what they're doing with it, but I'm not in it. And I'm like, fuck, is he really not in it?
I mean, like, mind you, I watched this whole thing play out, like, in the comments, like, months leading up to the release of the movie. Like, people were already saying that, yo, Toby and Andrew are not in it. Andrew's already said multiple times on multiple interviews, I'm not in the movie. So it's like, we already kind of like ruled it out. And then, but at the same time, we knew.
We had a feeling. You know what I mean? It's like, nah.
We already know
the way you guys are doing it.
We already know Alfred Molina.
And that was my biggest takeaway, bro. I was like, you can't have Toby's villains and Andrew's villains without having Toby and Andrew. And then what really solidified it for me was that last trailer that they put out. where the lizard's face just got kicked by nothing.
Right. No, that was weird. That
was weird to me. I was like, ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no way, bruh.
It's crazy to think about too, though, because they were already leaking photos of Andrew Garfield, like from the Statue of Liberty scene, like holding the
fucking thing in his spider suit. Yeah, and I'm like, they're like, oh no, this was like a cut scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm like, wow, you guys are really pushing for them not to be in the movie.
The whole thing about it too now is like it's hard to tell what's even real anymore.
Exactly,
so it's like we just don't know.
Because people could doctor footage super easy.
Right.
I watched the whole doctored video of Spider-Man 2, not Amazing Spider-Man 2, Tobey's Spider-Man 2, where they had him in the integrated Spider-Man suit, and I'm like,
wait, which one's that?
The last suit that Tom had on.
Oh, the one with the with the nanotech.
Yeah, like it was like the regular suit plus the nanotech shit. They doctored the movie scene to make it look like that suit was in the movie, was in Spider-Man 2, and I'm like, wow.
No, it's
y'all
insane.
Are good.
I mean, bro, like deepfakes.
Bro,
let's take a quick second. I'm gonna get some water real quick. You want water?
Yes, please. Yeah. Yes, please.
Fucking that's crazy. All right. Had to cut because we didn't realize this was blocking my face the entire time.
Yeah, we can't have that. Boom, that's much better.
All right. But what was I in the middle of talking about? Deepfakes.
Deepfakes, yes.
Fucking weird and scary.
Bro, it's really weird how people are able to do this shit. And my thing is, you really have a lot of time on your hands.
If you're doing that shit.
If you're doing that shit, because that can't be easy. That can't be easy.
But, that's crazy. Andrew Garfield was on your fucking flight, bro.
Yeah, bro. That shit really blew my mind. Because at first I was like, was that really him? And then seeing, because at first I met
a dude that looked like Tobey Maguire one time.
He looked
when I was a kid, this was like actually after I think maybe Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2 came out, so I was already hooked.
Yeah.
And we were watching, my dad took me and my brother to see the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
And he was like sitting next to us, and like, I think he had like told me that he was Spider-Man, and I was freaking out.
Imagine if that really was Tobey, bro.
No, it wasn't him.
Oh.
There's no way it was him. I gotta ask my dad about that again, but there's no way.
But what if it was?
I mean, shit.
But what if it was? But like I there was a part of me that was like, what if it's not him? But then seeing that episode of that morning show that next day,
it makes sense.
I was like, it really was him. Oh shit, I was on the same flight as Andrew Garfield. That's fire. But yeah, I think both Andrew and Tobey, but I really didn't have an issue with the way Tobey portrayed Spider-Man. It was more
Wait,
so.
Is that your favorite Spider-Man?
Oh no, Tom is my favorite Spider-Man.
Oh really?
Tom
okay,
is
okay.
absolutely at this point.
Dude, I
but
can't
no,
pick. I really can't pick.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
I really need to sit down.
Because I broke it down. I broke all three of them down, and like, because I've read Spider-Man comics from all of the, or watched Spider-Man from all of its creation, whatever.
Yeah.
From Spider-Man and his super friends, to the '90s Spider-Man, to that random Spider-Man show that they had on MTV. It was like a 3D looking Spider-Man show. It was weird, bro, but it was fire. I'm gonna see. No, it wasn't even Ultimate, bro. It wasn't even Ultimate, but I watched that one too. But so the way I broke it down is Tobey was probably supposed to be portraying the '90s animated Spider-Man.
I could see that, and maybe that's why I think he's my favorite. I think
that's probably why. Because even in that one, in the animated series, he was kind of like Peter Parker. Him wore the polo, the button up and shit like that, and his Spider-Man was kind of Aki.
A little bit more built.
He was a kind of more built.
Yeah.
That's Tobey. Tobey's like the meek. Barely opens his mouth when he talks. Right, super wise and like he thinks about things sometimes before he does them. Like that's the mature Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, that's the '90s Spider-Man. Andrew, I think like the name says, he was playing the Amazing Spider-Man. In the comics, the Amazing Spider-Man, like Peter was cool. Like he was a cool guy. Not like obviously like how Andrew portrayed him. Andrew, I think, was too cool. Andrew was too cool.
That might have been my only qualm with that.
That was my only problem. Well, that and what they did to Jamie, what they did to Electro, they did him so dirty.
Is that a plot hole?
That is a super plot hole.
Is that a plot hole?
Because Matt Dillon, I don't think Matt Dillon was really that nerdy and that like weird to be like, oh my god, like Peter. I mean, not Spider-Man. He was tweaking, bro. I was like, yo, whoa, you need to chill, bro. You borderline obsessed with this nigga, bro. You gotta chill.
Nah, he was a little bit.
He was a big bit AO. He's just like, so.
Yo, that man was.
He was like, Peter was Spider-Man. Spider-Man saved me. Oh my god.
So that was I mean, they did acknowledge it though.
Yeah, like, and I liked that in the No Way Home. They did acknowledge, like you said, they did acknowledge.
But they don't explain it.
They don't at all, because even the lizard was. I think that was supposed to be like a little joke, because even the lizard was like, "What happened to your comb over and your gap in your teeth and your?"
You know what? It's one of those plot holes that it's not that big of a deal because it's like, all right, whatever. Like he's cooler now. Like.
And I think that was one of Jamie's things. Jamie was like,
if you really want to reach, you could be like, oh, he was in the grid, he was about to die. But, like, in that moment, he was the most confident he had ever been because he was, like, just, like...
Oh, yeah, because when he did... Even in Amazing Spider-Man 2, when he became Electro, that nerdy... He was feeling himself. He was feeling himself. That nerdy side of him was gone. And, I mean, they explained it in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean, they didn't. How he lost the gap, how whatever. They didn't explain how he got his hairline back, though.
True.
They did not explain how he got his hairline back.
It's electricity, bro. It's electricity. It's electricity, bro. Like, what you mean?
Shit stimulated the top of his hairline?
His hair follicles, bro. Like... Now I'm OD reaching.
Nah, bro. Because imagine if that was their explainer. Oh, yeah, the electricity stimulated his hair follicles and he got his hairline back.
I wouldn't argue with it, though.
Nah, but I feel like Jamie was definitely able to redeem his character in this movie.
One of my favorite things about the movie was that it could have been a huge mess because of like the amount of stars that they had in it and like iconic characters that they had in it, but they like perfectly allotted the time screen time necessary to really
to
just
each person
make it feel fulfilled.
Like, cause Sandman, I feel like
except for maybe Sandman and Lizard.
I think they got. Me personally, this is just me personally, just because I don't think Sandman, even in Spider-Man 3, he wasn't a huge villain. He was like he was like a background villain, and even when you look at his backstory, you're like, you're really not a bad guy. I mean, yeah, you are a bad guy. You do bad stuff, but like, you're really not that bad of a guy in comparison to these guys. Like, you just want to get back home.
Well, yeah, his whole thing was just he just wanted to get back to.
He just wanted to get back to his daughter. That's it. So I was like, cool. You don't really need that much screen time. The Lizard. Also, what was really your purpose? Like you just want to wreak havoc. Oh, that's it?
You just wanted to turn everybody into lizards.
Again. Stupid. Stupid.
Well, I mean, I think another reason why, this is like a huge reason why they couldn't do that was because a lot of those actors didn't show up.
Oh yeah. They didn't
make the shoots.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those that footage
leave something, whatever his name is, the actor that played the Lizard, he wasn't in it. The guy who plays Sandman, he wasn't in it. They weren't
physically there for the shoots. They came in for studio recording of audio, but like, if you pay attention, most of their scenes were all CGI.
Yeah.
Like versions of themselves, and
like I could see Lizard being completely CGI the whole time.
They reused the footage at the end of the movie when they get cured. A lot of that footage was used from fucking Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 1.
You know what?
You didn't know that?
I did know that, and I peeped it, but I didn't know if they just recreated it.
Dude.
Bro, the Sandman scene where he's like reaching out. I'm like, I tapped my little brother one because I watched it the second time because I realized it the first time, but then when I watched it the second, but I didn't realize it. I was like, this looks familiar. I feel like I've seen this scene before. But then I watched it the second time. I'm tapping my brother like, yo. Do you remember that scene in Spider-Man 3 where he was reaching out? it's that scene right there. And he was just like, oh shit, it really is. So I could see how they did that. The lizard scene, I could definitely see that. Yeah, nah, that's crazy because
they did it seamlessly.
They
though.
did it
They did it
seamlessly
for sure.
Seamlessly, and I really respect that because, like you said, this movie could have been a flop.
It could have been crazy. It could have been Spider-Man 3.
Because they went bigger than Tobey's Spider-Man 3
and Amazing Spider-Man
and Amazing Spider-Man 2. They went bigger than both of those, even combined with the amount of characters and stars that they have in that movie. And my thing is, I think the reason it did so well, and I don't know, I just attest this to Disney, bro. Like Disney, once you have that blueprint of how to make your movie successful, you're just gonna keep doing it. Once Disney got Marvel, I feel like none of their movies have flopped, bro.
No, it's true.
Even their lesser movies.
In my opinion, because like, and then like maybe we're super biased because we are like OD MCU heads, but like, fucking, damn, lost my train of thought. I'm fucking smacked.
Speaking of smacked,
what were you just saying?
I think because Disney.
Right. The one thing that they always get shit for from people who like hate on it is that it is very formulaic almost. But I'm like, I'm not mad at it. Dude.
I'm not mad at it. If it ain't broke,
it's still good storytelling.
Don't fix it. Like
it's still good action. Like bro,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, even when people were like trying to come at, this is just a tangent. Even when people were trying to come at Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're like,
for what?
They were like, "Oh, this is just your basic Marvel movie. It's just action, but it works for the characters."
That might have been my favorite out of the Marvel.
That was
the Disney Plus series. I mean, Loki was huge for what it did. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
But action wise and like visually wise, Falcon and Winter Soldier was great because even the story that, bro, I was watching that shit with my girl.
Dude, that shit got me mad emotional. That ending.
Mad emotional, bro. I'm watching that shit like, Disney, you're doing this?
Yeah, right.
Yo,
right.
I'm like,
right.
Disney, you're touching on African American struggle and the experience.
Dude, it was.
I was
crazy.
like,
no, I deadass.
You got kudos from me.
I deadass got mad emotional, and he and Anthony Mackie really killed it, bro. He really killed. Like, yo, that's my Captain America, bro. Like,
that's my Captain America, bro.
I love you, bro. But like,
Anthony Mackie,
it's his time now. It's his time, bro. Like,
bro, when people were like, "Oh no, they're gonna," bro, people were like, "No, they're gonna give it to Bucky." I'm like, Cap.
Nah.
Cap. First of all, Bucky don't even want it.
Right.
Bucky don't want it.
Right.
The only reason Sam don't want it is because of what it represents. America. We're not gonna go there, not this episode, but for what it represents, America. So he's like, as a black man, I don't know if I should be taking this for what America has done to me. Disney, you touched on that.
No, it was great.
Not even touched on that. You expounded upon that. You had the original Captain America. You even said this was the first Captain America. This old black guy, Isaiah Rashad. He was the first. Is it Isaiah Rashad? No, Isaiah.
Is it Tom? I forget his last name.
Isaiah something.
Yeah.
He was I said Isaiah Rashad. That's a rapper.
Sure he's a rapper.
That's a rapper. That's a whole rapper. Now I can say I'm smacked. But yeah, no, that's a whole rapper. But no, bro, like Falcon and Winter Soldier was great for the message that it had, for what it showed, like everything. Falcon,
it was important for their character development too, because like, if you really think about it, Falcon and Bucky, they didn't
like each other at all.
Well, that part, but also they didn't get a whole ton of screen time during the
and you're
movies.
right, bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're right, because when they showed,
even Bucky in the Winter Soldier, like, how much dialogue did he really have?
He didn't, because he was just fucking people up.
Yeah, he was a robot.
He was a robot. When they showed like the what was it, that mashup of all like the scenes that Falcon was actually in, and I was like, wow, that's really not that much. When they first introduced him, when he had that little when he first got his wings, I was like, damn, that's not a good suit. That's just your clothes and some wings.
Right.
And then in the second one, he got his little Falcon suit, and I was like, okay, that was what Civil War, I think.
Civil War.
That was Civil War. He had his Falcon suit. I'm like, oh, this is fire. You look like Falcon. Cool. You have your little, even though you're supposed to have like an actual Falcon.
I liked what they did. I liked what they did with it.
I liked what they did. I love what they did with it.
They made it very modern.
When you think about it, how would you do that?
Right.
How would you have an actual... That's too much CG all the time.
True.
But...
I mean, I'm sure they could do it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Easily.
Of course. They fucking CG Iron Man's entire body.
Right.
They're like... only time Robert Downey Jr. shows his face is in the head display, and that's it.
But the first movies, though, the first Iron Man movies, I was watching this thing on YouTube about like how many suits they actually built, and like he had to wear that shit. And I'm like, damn, dude,
that was
like,
a lot.
That first Iron Man movie, man, started everything, bro.
Now
we're diverting though.
But now, because of how No Way Home has placed everything, it's technically not the first Marvel movie anymore. Because now Toby and Andrew are canon to the MCU.
That's true. Damn, that's crazy.
So now, the Spider-Man movies.
That's true. Damn, that's crazy. Which is the way it should be.
Agreed. Which is the way it should have been from the jump.
Because bro, like Toby's movies really changed comic book
movies, the comic book movie genre, because before Toby, nobody was really doing it. I mean, they tried to do it, and it just didn't work. And then Sony got something right. And it's funny because we could go back to those Sam Raimi movies and clown on them as much as we want, like watching it back, because obviously it's not going to hold up to what the Spider-Man movies have been doing. Even the Amazing Spider-Man movies, like CG-wise and everything. We could clown them for all we want, but those movies started something. Those movies sparked something in us where we were like, we like these movies.
It showed us what comic book movies could be.
Yes, exactly. So I
revolutionary for sure.
Revolutionary. I still appreciate those movies for what they are.
But I agree. Like I agree with you. Like for a minute, I think I was saying that Tom was my favorite Spider-Man though, because like I don't know. I think
I forgot that's what we were talking about.
He really kind of embodies that like kid Spider-Man like.
And that's where I was gonna go. I think Tom is supposed to portray Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Ultimate Spider-Man travels through school the majority of his comic book like life, whatever, and then he goes to college, just like Tom. Like, I feel like Tom perfectly embodies a young Peter Parker.
For sure.
And that's literally the deciding factor for me.
One of my boys was like, not shitting, but he was like kind of saying how like, oh no, like I don't really like Tom's Peter Parker or Spider-Man that much because like, yo, why it's taking you 3 fucking movies to like really be like Spider-Man? And I'm like, yo, I get that, but at the same time, I'm like, it's cool though. Like the pacing is like now, I guess like No Way Home really kind of like brought all of that full circle because it's like
it really did.
It makes sense now why like yo. Far from home, we're like, yo, you already fought Thanos and you're still fucking like doing this dumb shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like, but it makes sense, like, yo, he's just a kid growing up, with fucking superpowers.
That's really and I feel like that's what makes him so lovable as the Spider-Man Peter Parker character.
Yeah,
like in comparison to let's say Andrew or Toby, like Toby didn't really make mistakes. Like, he made mistakes, obviously, but, like, really minuscule mistakes. Like, he was the hero.
Yeah.
Like, he saved the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's not the one that caused the mayhem.
Right.
Same thing with Andrew. Andrew was the hero. He didn't really cause it. There's a lot of dumb shit that Tom Holland's Peter Parker did. Like, Tom Holland's Peter Parker,
he's fucking up.
He's literally he's a smart, dumb kid, which is what Peter Parker actually is.
Yeah, a little too smart for his own good.
A little too smart for his own good, to the point where he wants to save everybody. Toby's Peter, Andrew's Peter, they wanted to save them, but they're like, we're gonna do what we have to do to save everybody who is being hurt by you. Tom is like, you can have a second chance. You can have a second chance of being a better person, which is definitely comic book Peter Parker.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's like comic book Peter Parker makes such dumb mistakes, but he has the comics and the chapters of the comics to work through those mistakes. Like the comic, one of the comics that No Way Home was based upon was when he got ousted for being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange straight up said no in the comic. So he went to Mephisto.
Yeah, I heard about this one. I haven't read it. I haven't read this one.
Bro, why would you go...
A lot of people shit on that.
Yeah, bro. Because that was like what was it called? Last Days or something? Well, I forgot what was the name of that storyline called. But
I forgot it too.
But basically everybody was finding out he was Peter Parker, whatever. Basically it's the storyline of what they did in No Way Home, but tweaked a little bit. And I was like, that's a really dumb mistake. Why would you go to Mephisto? Mephisto.
He was desperate.
Exactly. Same. That's such a Peter Parker move.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
literally, that's my only determining factor with when I'm choosing which one is my favorite Spider-Man is really the Peter Parker. It's the same thing with Batman in a sense. Like people are like, oh, who's your favorite Batman?
Damn, true.
And I'm like, I'm looking at Batman as not only Batman. I'm also looking at him as Bruce Wayne.
True.
So, what's this dude name?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I feel like he played an amazing Bruce Wayne.
No, he did.
He was a great Batman.
He did.
I hated that voice.
You didn't like the voice?
It was
True. I mean,
there was certain parts where it was inaudible.
Nah, that's facts. That's facts. It's also like I don't know. I think I kind of liked it just because like I love those movies.
Yeah.
But, like prior to that, I don't think we ever heard Batman ever talk like that in like the cartoons or anything.
Even in the movies, bro.
Yeah,
even when dude who played Vulture, what's his name?
What's your favorite Batman voice? It's gotta be the one from the animated series.
It's definitely the one from the animated series.
Dude, who?
Kevin Conroy?
Yes, Kevin Conroy.
Bro, when they brought him back for one of the CW shows. I think it was for Batwoman or something. Or he was like in the crossover and they brought Kevin Conroy back as like old man Batman. And I was like,
wait.
Like live action
on,
Kevin Conroy, bro.
Let me see.
I think
I don't even know what this guy looks like. I need to like.
He's old at this point. He's pretty old. He's like a skinny white guy, but he'll always be.
This fucking guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say it was Batwoman because I watched the Titan series and they.
Bro, Titans. Oh, they that's the dude from Game of Thrones. The dude who played the dude who played Bruce. I was about to say Jiraiya.
Yeah.
That's a whole different genre. That's anime.
His name too.
I think it started with a J.
It does start with a J.
Jira, G, whatever. But he's the one that played whatever his name was he played Bruce Wayne.
Did you like Titans?
I loved Titans.
It was good.
Like
last season.
The last season was amazing.
It was fire.
It was amazing. So like
what they did with Scarecrow was.
Bro, I really was like, how do you make this regular ass dude?
He was giving
scary.
He was giving me like almost like Kingpin level like vibes and
bro.
not in like I was gonna say not in the menacing way, but yes in the menacing way, but in the way that he's like how do you beat this guy? He's got like control everywhere.
Everywhere, bro. I was like, yo, they did really well with this because you really would have thought that this season would have been more about the Red Hood character and the Jason Todd character.
But they're gonna expand on that.
Yeah, that he had his moment where it's like, oh, you're a menace. And then you're like, oh, there's a menace behind the menace. And that menace behind the menace is actually just manipulating the shit out of you. Damn, bro. You're really messed up in the head. And
you're talking about Jason Todd?
Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I really like what they did with the character. I did not like Jason Todd's second season.
When they like first...
Yeah, when they first introduced him, I didn't really like him as a character. I was like, you're too short. Your face...
It's a very
bothers
punchable
me.
face.
It's a very punchable
face.
Like your face, bro.
I've been said that. It's a very punchable face.
I'm just like,
I'm sorry, dude,
you're probably a really nice guy, probably a really dope guy, but You have a really punchable face, bro. So when they went straight to the Joker scene, bashing you out, I was like, I love this. I was like, I love this. You're staying comic book accurate without even showing your Joker, because obviously they couldn't, legal reasons, whatever. But I really like Titans. I like Titans for what it was. I really got into Titans halfway through the first season. Because half of the first season...
It was dragging.
It was dragging, bro. And then they started picking it up with the Trigon shit, and I'm like, okay. And then they threw me off with the Trigon shit because I didn't expect them to portray Trigon like that. I didn't love the CG.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, you're also dealing with, like, whatever budget they got, so it's just, like...
Yeah. So I couldn't even be upset.
Yeah, right.
So, like, for what it was...
it was okay.
It was pretty good.
Second season was better.
The second season, they made it so much better just because they were like, we don't need that much CG. We're going to make our Starfire look a little bit more like Starfire.
Right,
We're going to make our Raven look a little bit more like Raven. I hated that wig, by the way. I hated that Raven wig, by the way. It was... Oh, my God. It wasn't good. But... the show overall, how they told the story of the Titans, I really did enjoy it. I really do enjoy the guy that plays Dick Grayson.
He's great.
He's fucking amazing.
Dude, he's like he's perfect casting.
Like, bro, and it's crazy because I watched the first season of Titans, and then there was some show that my shorty let me watch. No, it wasn't even a show. It was a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. We binge watched all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and then I didn't even realize that the dude who played Dick Grayson, he's like the main character, I think, in the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Well, there's 4, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, there's 4.
Yes.
I think I only seen the first 3. So yeah,
the fourth one, it wasn't bad, just wasn't.
Was Johnny Depp in the 4th one?
There was one of them that he wasn't in. I don't think he was in the 3rd one.
No, he wasn't in the 3rd one.
So he wasn't in the 4th one.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, there might be 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Damn, it's like that.
I think there's 5.
I'm about to look this up.
I think there's 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And they were in talks of working on a 6th one, but I don't think it's happening anymore.
No, they dragged it. Yeah, it is 5.
It is 5, right?
It is 5.
So yeah, so he wasn't in the 4th one, and then he came back for the 5th one. So the guy who plays Dick Grayson, he was the main character in the 5th one, I think.
In the last one?
Yeah. And I think he was supposed to be like the son
of Will Turner?
Yes. I think he was the son of Will
I see him here.
Yeah. That's my guy. And I was like, oh shit, it's Dick Grayson. I was watching it, I was like, oh shit, it's Dick Grayson. But yeah, I think he plays an amazing Dick Grayson. Even when he's just doing his detective shit, I love that they brought it back to him being a detective, because Nightwing does become a detective, and I was like, this is dope. This is dope. I wish they showed Batman, but they couldn't. I understand why. Legal reasons.
Damn.
Yeah, but
that's why.
Yeah, no, but that's the same reason why they didn't show like a full suit. They might have showed like a silhouette or like a little blur.
Was it just silhouette? It was like
that was when he was like in his head or whatever, and he was like battling Batman.
Yeah.
But it was like a silhouetted version of Batman because they can't legally. Same thing with Joker. They could have like a silhouette of him or like you understand
like references.
Yeah, like you know this is Joker beating the shit out of Jason Todd if you read the comics, but we can't show him legally.
Damn.
That's crazy. It's crazy, bro, because it's still Warner. Yeah. It's still Warner Brothers. So it doesn't really make sense. But it's probably because I think it's because they're like working on like some new Joker shit, or
was it the Joaquin Phoenix?
Probably. Yeah. It's probably the Joaquin Phoenix one. But nah, because that season came out after Joker, after that movie, which was an amazing movie. I watched it like 4 times.
I've seen it twice. It was good. It was good.
It
was great.
It was bro. Like from a cinematic point of view as well.
It was great.
Like it blew my mind because
it was great. The story. It was very well written.
It was very well written for a character that's supposed to be super like ambiguous and like you don't really know what his origin story is. Like they took some aspects.
And the ending was like a mind fuck.
A super mind fuck, bro. Because then you're like, wait a minute. What's What's happening?
Was that real?
I don't know. That's what they wanted to leave you with. They wanted to leave you
sequel,
thinking.
Right?
They said that they want there to be a sequel, but Joaquin was already like, I wanted this to be my one and done.
I don't think they should do a sequel.
I don't.
It might take away from like
from what it became, from what it left us with, because that was a whole new take on the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think that the Joker's just this crazy maniacal guy, and you're now you're realizing, oh, it is a mental condition that you actually have.
Yeah.
This laugh isn't because you want to laugh; it's actually painful for you to laugh.
It made you feel bad for him.
It made you feel so bad for him. Like, even when he became the Joker, I was like, I understand. Like, I fully understand.
Did you watch Snyder Cut?
I did watch Snyder Cut.
Dude, that's what it should have been.
Snyder Cut.
That's what it should have been, dude.
I watched Snyder Cut, and I was like, bro.
It took me a few days, though.
It didn't even feel like 4 hours to me,
You watched
bro.
it straight?
I watched it straight.
It took me a few days, I'm not gonna lie.
I watched it straight, bro. It didn't even feel like 4 hours to me. Like, I was watching it like, yo, Josh Whedon, you're trash, bro.
Damn.
Josh Whedon, you're trash, bro. Because Zack Snyder had this whole thing planned out. Obviously, you know, you had your reshoots and you had a couple things added to make it the movie that you wanted it to be from the jump. But, bro, you really took that man's movie and made a mockery of it, bro.
Nah, it's
Because
true.
when you... Bro, even the Cyborg fucking booyah scene was not in the Snyder Cut, bro. That was not... Like, bro, when they put that in the Justice League theatrical cut, bro, I was like, that was so forced.
I don't even remember it.
Bro, it wasn't memorable. And that's supposed to be Cyborg's catchphrase.
His thing, yeah.
But it's like, this is not the movie for that.
Right,
Like, booyah is like we just did some dope shit.
It might have... I mean, is he gonna get a solo movie?
Cyborg...
I haven't heard anything about no solo movies.
He was supposed to, and I think they might have cut it. I think they cut a bunch of movies, bro, because they realized where their successes were, and they realized where their failures were. Mm-hmm. So they were like, so we're probably not gonna do these. Even that Green Lantern Corps movie that was supposed to come out like last year or 2020, whenever it was supposed.
Know about this.
Bro, it was they've been in that movie has been in talks for years, to the point where I think it might not even be a movie anymore. I think they might just release it as a series on HBO Max.
That might be better for them.
I think that would be better for them.
That might be better
ultimately, because what they were thinking about doing was making it like a Lethal Weapon type of show, but with Green Lantern. So, you know, you have the Hal Jordans, but then you also have your Jon Stewart.
Gotcha.
So they were gonna have like a buddy cop type of show.
That could have been. That'd be cool. Yo, that
would have been fire. But you're doing a Peacemaker show.
Oh, you sent me the trailer. I didn't get to watch it.
Bro, I'm gonna watch it just because I watched that last Suicide Squad movie and I didn't
watch it.
It was dope.
Was it though?
James Gunn is an amazing director,
All right,
bro.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna check it out.
He really knows.
Like, I didn't really like the first.
I hated the first one.
Like the first Suicide.
I hated the first one. Even the director, the David Ayer, the director for that one, was like, this wasn't my idea. Mm-hmm. Like, my shit was gonna be colorful, vibrant, bop, bop, bop. Like, remember how they were advertising it? And then when it came out, it was this gray, black, and red, dark tones. We're like, what the this is not what we expected.
So this Suicide Squad, the second one, is it, like, where does it fall?
So they're treating it as a reboot, but it's not a reboot, because they still have some of the characters from the first one, but without fuck it, spoiler, because it's already on HBO Max.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it.
Oh fuck! All right, so no spoilers.
All right. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. We'll talk about next week. You have homework.
I got you.
But yeah, James Gunn is an amazing director. He really knows how to take a group of people or a group of characters that don't nobody really know about, don't nobody really probably care about, and make you love them. Like, he did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh shit, he did do that.
He did the same. So
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
So the whole thing with James Gunn in that, you heard about the accusations that came out about him. There was whatever accusations that came out about him.
No.
And Disney was like, sorry, dude. we can't really fuck with you like that no more. And this was already after he was about to do Guardians 3. So that's why Guardians 3 got pushed back.
So he's not doing it no more.
Wait, there's more. So then DC was like, yo, do you want to do our Suicide Squad reboot since you're not really
with Disney?
You're not really with Disney anymore by contract. So he was like, yeah, fuck it. He started working on Suicide Squad. Disney was like, we need you back, bro. We need you back, bro. So he's like, well, it's going to have to wait until after I do this Suicide Squad. And then I'm going to come back to do Guardians 3. They're like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Do what you got to do. Boy, how? Nigga got a DC movie and a Marvel movie.
Dude, that's...
Marvel movies. And they're already bringing, I think he also... probably did the Peacemaker show. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna pause this because I gotta pee.
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, don't remember what we were talking about last, but let's go back to talking about Spider-Man. We were definitely talking about some DC shit last. Yeah. But we could save that for a whole nother video.
No, I really liked Andrew Spider-Man, man. Like, I when those movies came out, I watched them both multiple times. I remember there was one summer where I went to go back to the Philippines for like the first time since I was like probably like 4 or 5 years old, and you know, like I needed movies to watch, so I literally would watch those two movies like back to back. And they did not do him justice, man, with the writing.
Not at all,
like,
bro.
But he is just such a good actor, though. Like, and for me, he's a good Peter Parker and a good Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what a lot of people are saying about him, actually? Like, if you go back and watch, like, some of the scenes from the Amazing Spider-Man movies, is he showed a lot of emotion.
A lot.
Even, like, without having, like, the moving eyes on his mask and stuff. Like, just through, like, body language.
Yeah.
He was very, very good at that.
Yeah. Like, even, like, he has this... Because I think it's also because he's lanky.
Yes.
So he had a lot of like hand movements.
Right.
So I will say I do like Andrew Spider. I like. Now I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this.
Hot take.
Although Tom is my favorite Spider-Man, I will say I do like Andrew Spider-Man better than Tobey's.
Damn, second favorite?
I think Andrew would be my second favorite. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that. And it's mainly because like it all really boils back down to that Peter Parker. Cause I feel like all three of them play an amazing Spider-Man.
That's true.
All three of them play like great versions of their own Spider-Man, but it all really boiled down to that Peter Parker.
It was very different Peter Parker. Sure.
Like Tobey's Peter Parker, like I said before, was just he's just this. He was too nerdy. He was too nerdy, and then even when he became Spider-Man,
a little too goody two shoes.
Yeah, way too goody two shoes. That's really what it was. Yeah. Like. Even his quips, oh my god, his quips were so corny.
True. Yo,
he said something. I was like, he's like, you're gonna be the one, Gobby. Who
did he not say that?
He said Gobby, bro.
Yikes.
He said Gobby, bro. It was the scene when I think.
Did he say that?
I think it was the scene when the Green Goblin was in the house pretending to be the old lady with the fake scream and everything. Yes. And it was just, I was like, bro, these quips are so bad. But like
Andrew had the quips.
He had the best quips, bro. Because Andrew was like, he was snarky, which is good. Spider-Man. No, you're good. It's good Spider-Man quippage. But yeah, Toby was just a little too corny for me. Like, I appreciate the Spider-Man that he was, because he was still a great Spider-Man who like saved the day. He did all the things that he was supposed to do as Spider-Man. It was really just a Peter Parker, and then even some of that Peter Parker blended into the Spider-Man. I'm like, no. At least with Tom is like, all right, you're a nerd. We know you're a nerd. We love that about you. You're a little quippy when you're Peter Parker, just a little quippy. But then when you're Spider-Man, it's like a whole new level of confidence. So I'm like, I like that.
There is a, like, it's not, I don't think it's a petition, but there is a movement for Andrew to
come back for Spider-Man 4?
Spider-Man 4 or Spider-Man 3.
Oh, for Amazing Spider-Man 3.
For his own, in his own universe.
And there was I was hearing that, and I hear that they're trying to make it that he fights Tom Hardy's Venom.
Yes. I had heard that too. And that could be
something, which would be, in a sense, which would make sense, because the way how they ended No Way Home, again, spoiler, the way how they ended No Way Home with that Venom scene, you're under the assumption that, okay, Venom's in the MCU now. This Venom, this Tom Hardy Venom is in the MCU now. But then he gets brought back to whatever universe he's from. So it's like, okay, maybe you're going back to that. Maybe you and Andrew are in the same universe. So that could make sense, because wherever they're going to go with the symbiote series with the MCU, that's now completely separate from the Venom that already exists. So I could see them doing that. Initially, I was like, damn, you should have made Tom Hardy's Venom fight Tom Holland's Spider-Man. They could still do it if they decide to do like a Secret Wars type of thing, which they're gonna do.
Didn't they announce that already?
I think they announced Invasion.
Invasion, yes.
Yeah, Secret Invasion. But them doing this No Way Home, them doing Endgame, it just proves, bro, you can do a Secret Wars movie. Like, it's possible. You just have to introduce the characters that you need to do. Which, segue,
I don't know too much about Secret Wars. I need to do my homework.
Bro, Secret Wars was bananas, bro. Like, it's actually ridiculous, Secret Wars. We could talk about that another episode or whatever. But what I think they're going to do, because they're about to introduce a shit ton of characters.
Yes.
We were speaking about this before. I think, here's my prediction with what they're going to do with the next couple Tom Holland movies. Being that they left that little symbiote thing, I think they're going to go into... I think they're going to... The Agent Venom shit. I think they're going to use that next movie to introduce the concept of the people who are in the Fantastic Four. Maybe not them as the Fantastic Four, but the people who eventually become the Fantastic Four. Because a couple things that got made clear to me with the No Way Home movie, when Green Goblin came in and he said the first thing that he did was look for an Oscorp building.
Right, and it doesn't exist
in the MCU. So it's like, okay, Norman Osborn probably doesn't exist in the MCU. Okay, cool. So that's not who bought the Avengers Tower, because you already said there's no existence of the Oscorp. So there's only one other person or one other corporation or foundation that could have bought that building, which is the Baxter Foundation, which is the Fantastic Four. So I think what they're gonna do, because if it's seeming like they're going a lot more comic book accurate right now, they're like, you got your comic book accurate Spider-Man costume. Dude, you got your comic book. Is fire. It's so fire. It's crazy how it looks better than like the Stark Tech costumes and everything.
Right. And I do like them all.
I do like them all, but this, it's so shiny.
Right.
It's so shiny and sleek.
I like it.
And it's like there's no tech.
Dude, can we talk about the Spider-Man PS4 references in that last scene?
That last scene with the dude, I was like,
oh, the phone and the shitty apartment,
bro,
and the new suit,
but even
homemade suit.
But even for the Spider-Man PS4, even that one scene where he goes into the shitty apartment in No Way Home 2, that could also be related back to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
True.
When he in Spider-Man 2, where he moved into that shitty apartment. You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door.
No,
that's Spider-Man 3.
They did fuck up, though.
That was Spider-Man 3.
They did fuck up, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Who? Wait.
With No Way Home and one thing.
Okay. What was that?
They didn't bring back the landlord, bro. I needed to see that at the end of the movie. They gotta, dude. If they don't bring that landlord back, Spider-Man 4, I'm gonna be tight.
They have to, bro. I hope that dude is still alive, man. Cause he was pretty old in Spider-Man. In Spider-Man 3, he was pretty old, and that was like what, like 10 years at this point, like more than 10 years.
What year did Spider-Man?
I think 2002.
I think you're right.
I think 2002, so that's definitely more than 10 years, because 2002, 2012,
Yeah, it was.
we're in 20... Wow, that was 20 years ago, bro. No freaking way.
Dude, that's actually fucking wild.
That's why. Was it 2002?
2002.
Holy that was 20 years ago.
May 3rd, 2002.
Spider-Man came out
All right, so
20 years ago.
Then our dreams of... Oh, I mean, Willem Dafoe came back, too, though.
Willem Dafoe came back.
He must have been younger.
He was definitely younger than that guy.
Yeah.
He was definitely younger than that guy, because
Willem Dafoe,
they said that Toby was Willem Dafoe's age in No Way Home. He was Willem Dafoe's age when they first did Spider-Man 1. So I was like, oh shit, Toby, you old. When you think about it. Because Willem Dafoe was... Now, he wasn't old, but he was, like, older.
In
Spider-Man 1.
In the first one, yes.
In the first one. Like, obviously, like, you're somebody's father. You who's going to college or whatever. Cool.
Yeah, Toby's 46 now.
Toby's 46, bro. Toby's 46. Yeah, he says straight up, he's like, the only way I'm doing this movie is if I'm not the main point of this movie. If you bring me back as an older Spider-Man.
I love that they did that.
I love that they did that.
I love that they took Toby and Andrew's Peter Parker from a
later point,
in
yeah,
their stories.
when they're a little bit more jaded. Like, I love that. They were like, we done did some shit, Tom. Don't be like us.
Right. It was. I love that they did that, man. It was.
That was great, bro. So part of me, when I first saw it, I didn't understand. Because I'm like, you took the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the Lizard, Electro, and Sandman from right before they met their end in their movie when their Spider-Man was young. But you got the older Spider-Man who already did what they did.
Well, it makes sense though because I mean, like, they didn't die. You know what I mean? So they must have been taken from
right before,
literally their present.
Yeah, that's true, because them in their present day with their Spider-Man, they're already dead.
Right.
So that would make sense. Thank you. You just helped clear that up for me a bit.
I thought about that. I thought about that for a second too.
I was like, this doesn't make. Why didn't you just? Okay.
It also would have been weird.
It would have, because they would have had to like de-age.
Right.
Toby. Andrew still looks kind of young, so they would have had to de-age Toby greatly, because he did look a bit older in that movie. But I respected it because it was like, this is a much older, much wiser, you've been through a lot more shit, Peter Parker. Which can also kind of be said, because have you really been through a lot more shit? This nigga Tom fought Thanos in space. And on Earth. He got snapped away.
Lost 5 years of his life.
Lost 5 years of his life and came back. Another segue.
And he lost Tony Stark.
And he lost Aunt May. So have you really?
No, it was. I love that. Even though it took 3 movies, this is the movie that he becomes Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is the movie that
he has his Uncle Ben moment.
Right.
But with Aunt May. And I love the fact that these 3 movies never included an Uncle Ben. They were like, Aunt May don't need an Uncle Ben. She's a strong, independent woman.
I didn't think about that. I love that.
I love that, bro.
That's fire.
Aunt May, she's young, she's hot, she's independent, and she dates whoever she wants to. There is no Uncle Ben.
No, it's cool. Because
I loved it, bro.
It was a cool take of like. I mean, like, not that we would have been tight to see like another like Uncle Ben story, but
it's just like
it's been done.
It's been done. Like, when they didn't introduce him, I was like, I like this. I like that you don't need to tell the story. We technically haven't even seen when he got the spider bite.
Right.
We haven't seen the first year of him.
They
never did. But they're planning on it with an animated series.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're coming out with an animated series called Spider-Man Freshman Year.
Oh, I've heard about this.
That's gonna
be Tom doing the voice?
I think Tom is doing the voice. So I think that's gonna be cool.
Sick,
I think that's gonna be cool. So let's go into predictions. Let's go into predictions on like what we think is gonna happen with the next couple movies. Cause how do you think? Because obviously you're gonna have to bring back MJ. You're gonna have to bring back Ned. Those are his two.
Mm-hmm.
Those are his two side characters.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you think they're going to bring them back? And do you think that this gives an opportunity for Ned to possibly become a villain? Because in the comic, Ned becomes the Hobgoblin.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of like foreshadowed that.
They kind of foreshadowed it a little bit when he was like, "Oh, I'll never,
betray you.
I will never betray you. Like I'll always be your best friend. I'll never betray you."
How will they make that happen though?
I don't know,
Because
because
he's such like a. I mean, like a lot of villains start out as like good people and
Yeah.
they just get twisted and warped.
and
So
remember this now that nobody knows Peter. This is a different Ned technically. So,
How so?
I feel like Peter and Ned together helped balance each other out.
Sure. Yeah.
Peter. He has no recollection of Peter, so he doesn't. We don't know what has happened to Ned throughout the years that he would have been with Peter. He could be a different Ned now. The Ned that we saw when he went into the coffee shop at the end, he didn't really look like super. Oh yeah, like how Ned usually is. He was just sitting in the cut on his phone, doing whatever he was doing. Let me get this donut.
They're gonna like rewrite his character.
It's possible. It's possible they could, because I think that this could, because you're not really running out of villains.
Does MJ end up with Ned and then like Peter steals him away and then he becomes tight?
What? What if they did that?
Nah, it needs to be more than that.
It needs to be more than that. That would be sick though, because I mean the Ned Leeds was like obsessed with Spider-Man in the comic, so we don't know. Maybe. But I think these next couple movies are gonna be like really sick, because they're gonna like really dive into like the comic book aspect of shit.
Yeah,
like they're gonna go to the source material, which is great because they've been doing that more and more lately. That Hawkeye show was basically straight out of the comic.
I don't know anything about the Hawkeye.
Me neither. But I was doing research. I was doing research on it, and I'm like, oh shit. This is straight out of the Matt Fraction.
Right. I've been thinking about this lately. So Daredevil is canon now.
Yes. My guy Matt Murdock was in the whole Spider-Man movie.
But what does that look like? Because dude, those shows were dark, man. Were dark.
I feel like Disney knows that they can do that at this point. And
think so?
That people will watch a slightly darker show.
If you don't retain that, I think people will be tight.
So here's the thing. I think the Kingpin in the Daredevil show was a lot darker than the Kingpin in the Hawkeye show. Like, they're obviously the same person played by the same guy, but even in the Hawkeye show, they made him comic book accurate. Like, they gave him the cane. They gave him his white suit. Yep. He looked real baller. And he low-key was, like, invulnerable. Like,
I mean, he's...
Like, Shorty, boom. Like, full speed knocked homie through a building. And he got up like it was nothing. True. Shorty, Kate Bishop was getting her ass kicked. And blew him up. In his face.
He did. Oh my god.
In his face. With multiple arrows. And he was still able to get up and walk away before the police came.
He's a tank, yo.
Echo fully shot him in his face.
True. Well, I mean, now we're made to believe that he's dead.
That he's dead, but it's Kingpin. You're not gonna bring him in for one episode and then kill him off. Hell no. You're gonna bring him back.
The next Spider-Man villain?
I would be excited.
Dude, that would be so.
That would start getting really comic booky, bro.
Is the next Spider-Man movie a Spider-Man Daredevil team up?
Cause that would be sick, bro.
Be so sick.
That would be sick. That's what I'm saying. They're about to go crazy comic book, bro. They're about to go crazy. You just canonized Daredevil. You already know Daredevil and Spider-Man have a relationship in the comic book. Y'all are bound to do some crazy shit with that. There's even points where they switched costumes.
I didn't know about
That happened in the comic book. They switched costumes type shit. And it's like, y'all really can go crazy with this. And y'all about to start introducing X-Men
When is that happening?
within the next 2 years.
Really?
They actually introduced X-Men already on WandaVision.
With the
With the kids.
With the kids, yes.
With the kids, because those are
yeah.
actual comic book characters.
They're mutants,
They're
right?
mutants.
Yeah, they're mutants,
They're
yeah.
comic book mutants. So technically, but if we're not counting that, there's hearsay and rumors that Professor X is going to be in the Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, Patrick Stewart?
They didn't say Patrick Stewart. They didn't say Patrick Stewart. They said Professor X in the classic yellow hover chair. They said that he might be in the movie. They have concept art already of him in the movie. And I'm like, bro, if y'all introduce X-Men and Doctor Strange, bro,
I mean, they totally can, though.
Bro, because it's the multiverse of madness.
Right,
you can do anything at that point. If they do that, that just means...
And Hugh Jackman cameo?
I don't know. I don't know, because Hugh Jackman said that he might not come back for Wolverine, but you could do that for Secret Wars.
Alright, so if it's not...
But Marvel and Disney already said that they wanna have a new Wolverine.
Which they should.
They should.
I'm just like, damn, Hugh Jackman was like the Wolverine.
He was. But when
He
you
is
think
the Wolverine.
but when you think about it, like portrayal wise, he was a great Wolverine. Acting wise, a great Wolverine. Comic book accurate. No. He was not a great Wolverine.
You don't think so? Why is that?
Wolverine's short.
Short?
Wolverine in the
true,
comic
he
book,
is short.
Wolverine
He
is
is
short and
tall is,
broad.
how tall is Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman is tall as shit, bro.
Is he?
Hugh Jackman is like 6 something.
Let me look this
He's
up.
like 6 foot something, if I'm not mistaken. Hugh Jackman is tall as shit.
My bad, dude.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, Hugh Jackman's like 6 something. So I'm like, he's not super comic book accurate, but obviously he was the best portrayal of the Wolverine character that we have gotten.
That's true.
Logan was great.
Yeah, no, Logan was mad good. Alright, so if it's not Hugh Jackman, who do you think would do it?
The kid who plays in the Kingsman movies, he was also in Robin Hood.
I've never seen Kingsman. But I think I know who you're talking about.
Tager.
Yeah, isn't he in the Elton John movies?
Yes,
Yeah.
he played Elton. He was in the Elton John movie.
Yes.
I think,
You think so?
bro. I think he's a great actor. I think he's a great actor, but he also kind of has that build. Like he's not super tall.
Right.
But he also has that build, and he has that face where it's like, cool, you could possibly play a Wolverine. There's not many other people that I could see currently playing like a younger Wolverine, just because, like, if they're doing what I think Marvel's doing, they're literally starting from scratch.
X-Men?
Like X-Men.
From scratch?
Because
They probably should do that.
I agree. I think they were saying that the Scarlet Witch thing, like everything that happened, how Scarlet Witch like changed the world and like activated everybody's like whatever. They're saying that is the thing that possibly activated mutants in the MCU. So I'm like,
yo,
that
I'm into that.
I'm into that as well.
Into that.
Because Scarlet Witch is already a mutant, even though they're not
calling it that
in the MCU. Well, they couldn't at that point, but
now they can.
Now they can. She in WandaVision, she's like, oh yeah, I am a mutant. I was born with these powers. I've had these powers since I was a kid.
But she didn't say mutant though.
She didn't say mutant, but she gave the definition of what they consider a mutant. Basically, if you're born with that gene, if you're born with those powers, then you're a mutant. But, you know, I think that, whew, man, these next couple years of Marvel movies are going to be insane.
No, they should start it from scratch and like have them younger because then they can have them for a
while.
Like what we have with Tom Holland.
Exactly.
He's not going nowhere.
He's not going nowhere, bro. He's only gonna become more famous, bro. And it's like he's about to start getting a Robert Downey Jr. bag, bro. He's about to, after No Way Home.
As he should, bro.
After these 3 solid movies, he's like, what more do I have to tell you? I'm Spider-Man. Like, give me my, just like I'm Iron Man, I'm Spider-Man. Like, give me my bag. Like, I think he's about to start getting a crazy amount of money, bro. But it's worth it because he's about to make Marvel so much money. That's why Sony is like, hey, we have to keep this arrangement. When they were trying to like cancel it, I was like,
dude,
Sony, y'all are dumb.
I was ready to riot, bro.
I was ready to riot, bro. I was like, Sony, don't be stupid. I was like, don't be stupid, Sony. They're making you so much bread.
Especially after the way they ended Far From Home.
Bro,
I would have been tight.
Bro. I was like, bro, you can't end it like that. You can't end it like that and not give us what happens
people
next.
People were saying, they were like, yo, he's not going to be in the MCU anymore. This ended it because Tony Stark is dead now. He doesn't have the Avengers. He's doing his own thing. And I was just like, damn, well, that's kind of trash.
That's kind of trash, bro. That's kind of trash. But now we know that they're going to keep the arrangement going because they're not dumb. They see the money that Disney's about to make them. Bro. They're really about. I think these next couple movies are gonna solidify Tom Holland in everybody's book, because now he's comic book accurate.
Right.
Now it's nothing. Right. No Avengers. They don't know who he is.
I think with this movie, like anybody that was kind of doubting him as
Peter Parker
or Spider-Man, he might have swayed them and won them over.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. Of course, there's still gonna be the diehard fans, but he definitely. I would be stoked if Andrew came back and did his like a reprisal of
Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Because now they know how to write him. Like Andrew writing
I mean, like Sony and Disney have that relationship now, so if they need to, they can get some help, if they really want to, like
they can easily do that, bro. I feel like they could really do that, and I feel like Andrew would be great in that movie because he loves that character
more than
Tom or Toby. Yeah. Like he literally said, "Bro, I used to be Spider-Man as a kid." Like obviously Tom was like, "Yeah, I used to like Spider-Man."
It was almost like the way I hear him talk about Spider-Man was almost the way. Like it was very similar to the way Donald Glover used to talk about Spider-Man too.
Yeah, bro. And when Donald Glover got to be in that Spider-Man movie, I was like, full fucking circle.
That was great.
Boom. That's what I meant to talk about before we even finish this. Last prediction. So you know how we was talking about how, Peter got blipped and he came back, after 5 years, right? So what if they use that as a way to introduce the Miles Morales character? Because remember, Miles Morales gets introduced when Peter's in college.
Mm-hmm.
What if the Miles character didn't get blipped in those 5 years and he continued growing? If you think about it, he's now at the age where he can actually be Miles Morales' Spider-Man.
True.
Like to get bitten by the spider. Because
that's probably what they're planning.
I think that's what they're planning.
It's gotta be.
I think that's what they're planning. Because they gave Peter his 5-year jump. It's been 5 years. You could still have your young-looking Peter Parker, but he's in college now. Last scene, he was practicing for his GED.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to do his GED, going to college. He can either go to Empire, like Toby's, or he can make his way into MIT, which is what I don't think is going to happen.
No.
Because MIT is not even in New York.
True. That's true.
So I don't think that's going to happen.
Wait, so, but like Ned and MJ.
And that's why I was asking, how do you think they're gonna bring them back?
It'll be on like some fucking like college break.
Some college break shit
or some shit.
Yeah. Yo, Marvel's about to go crazy, bro. Sony Marvel about to go crazy.
They're about to go dumb.
I wonder who they could like cast to be Miles. In this.
Oh yeah, people are talking about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I wonder.
Dude, I've seen I be on TikTok and like I see people like already pitching, you know, like, yo, I should be, you know,
I should be Miles, yeah.
And I'm like, some of them, I'm like, okay, I could kind of see it. I could kind of see it. So I heard somebody talking about, I forget his name. It's like Marquise something. Brownlee, I think. He's like the tech guy on YouTube. He's like one of the main tech guys. Let me see if, yes. Somebody was talking about him, and I'm just like,
you're too old, bro.
yeah, he's like too old.
You're too old, bro.
I was like,
nah.
Like,
it has to be somebody who,
it has
like,
to be
you see how Tom's in his 20s, his mid-20s at this point, but he still looks like a young guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be somebody like that.
Facts.
Like,
They gotta basically take, you know, the Into the Spider-Verse Miles and like just live action it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, they were also thinking about bringing Emma Stone back as Spider-Gwen.
That could be crazy.
That would be wild,
so fire.
bro. I was like,
fire. Well,
yeah, do it.
Is that in the MCU though, or is that gonna be in? Dude, like, what do we think the chances are of them actually doing an Amazing Spider-Man 3? Like, a lot of people are pushing for it now. It would need to be a movement.
It would have to be a movement, and there's enough people who are like for it, especially after seeing him in
right.
Like they're like, this is the Andrew Spider-Man that, like, this is the writing that we needed him to have in the first two movies. Because there was a lot of random.
The thing is, they can, because Sony's doing their own universe, their
own little Spider-Verse now.
Yeah, with Venom and
Morbius
now,
and they're also planning on doing a Kraven the Hunter movie, and probably doing the Last Hunt.
What's that?
That's where he's hunting Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Is the Kraven movie MCU, or is that? No, that's Sony,
I think it's Sony.
Okay.
And the dude who they casted to be freaking Kraven is fucking Quicksilver, bro. I was like,
yo, they be using the same actors, bro. They be ODing, bro.
Like, yo, y'all wildin', bro. Y'all wildin'.
Cool, though. I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Stop ringing. But I'm getting phone calls.
Yeah. Maybe we wrap it up here, man.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
So it was a very Marvel centric like podcast, but you know that's kind of what you're gonna get on here.
Yeah.
But,
you're gonna get a lot of just talking about the shit that we love, content.
Yeah.
Marvel. We dived and we kind of dipped our toe in a little DC. We'll talk about some more DC shit later. But or at another episode, whatever.
If you liked what you heard, definitely, you know, hit that subscribe button, follow if you're on, you know, watching us on like whatever, Instagram, TikTok.
Instagram or YouTube or whatever. TikTok.
But yeah, to keep updated, we're committed to doing this every week, so we'll be posting every Friday.
Friday.
We'll come up with a time. We'll let you guys know on like what time every week, but definitely every Friday we'll be posting. And yeah, we just love to have you here, and we'll see you on the next one.
We'll see y'all. Peace.
Yeah, that was fire, bro. That was fire, bro. That was fire.
That was fire. That was so much fun.
We barely talked about anything.
You